I'm Joe, and I'm a level 1 chef.
I'm Lorenzo, and I'm a level 2 chef.
I'm Saul. I'm a professional chef for the past 23 years.
Today I'm making a classic carbonara, real easy recipe. It's pasta, bacon, eggs, cheese, everything that a growing boy needs.
Pasta carbonara, yes! Nothing a little too crazy except a little red pepper flakes that I add. Don't come at me.
I'm making carbonara with the best ingredients. Mexican food is grandma's food, Italian food is grandma's food. You guys have the pasta, we have the masa. Comprende?
First things first, I need to fry up my bacon, which I have right here.
Pancetta is basically pork belly that's cured.
It's fancier.
I'm Filipino, folks. I pork belly everything.
The reason why I'm using guanciale is because it looks beautiful. The flavor of pork is stronger, it's richer, and it's delicious.
I don't know what guanciale is, and I barely know what pancetta is, so I'm using bacon because I do understand bacon.
Bacon is just the easy way. So if you like easy things, go with the bacon.
This has got a nice amount of fat. That's what you want. I'm gonna be using the fat in my sauce. 5, 6 strips.
I'm going to remove the skin because it's very dry and you cook it, it becomes really rubbery.
There's no science to anything that I do. I'm just cooking with my heart and no skill.
The reason why I'm making big chunks because when I eat my carbonara, I want to make sure I have basically like a croutons.
If you like bigger chunks, I get it, but the size that I have here is what I would do.
And then we're just gonna toss it in the pan, brown it up. We're gonna cook it low and slow because we don't want burnt bacon.
Carbonara needs this yummy, decadent, fatty element to be a true carbonara.
I know the sweet spot, I know how I like it. Crispy, but just when it gets crispy. Bacon, I'm an expert. I'm a level 3 bacon cook.
I would like this like ultra crispy.
We want our guanciale to look like this, not like this. So we want to cook more of this fat. So we're looking for something like that.
Now this right here is the color I like to see before it gets burnt. Fat's still in there.
Red pepper flakes. Now, I know this is not what you're supposed to use in carbonara. I'm not even putting that much.
The reason why I'm not seasoning this guanciale is because it's full of flavor. Doesn't need anything else. Let the ingredients speak for themselves.
I just like to add heat, that's all.
All right, at this point, our pancetta looks pretty sexy to me. Pancetta, I'm not using pancetta. I'm not Lorenzo. I don't have that beautiful smile.
I'm gonna put this on a paper towel right now so it can soak up a little bit of that excess oil.
Guanciale croutons are getting smaller, and that's why I cut them so thick, because they lose weight.
I am done cooking my pancetta. I'm actually gonna make my carbonara in this pan.
So I'm removing the ones that are ready, because I don't want them to burn. I'm removing all these little burn bits, because I don't want my pasta to be grainy.
And I am ready to make my pasta.
I'm keeping it real simple. I got some store-bought spaghetti right here.
Bucatini. Why? Because I'm a child and I love this tubular stuff. Can you see that? It's like little straws. The sauce goes inside.
So I'm gonna use spaghetti pasta from Italy, and why I know it's from Italy is because everything is in Italian.
Rolling boil here.
Don't want to burn myself.
You have to salt your water.
I like to do a big pinch of salt.
I didn't add too much salt in the water because my 2 cheeses already has the salt in there.
I'm just gonna plop it right in there. Mix them around, make sure that they're separated. I'm setting my timer 9 minutes because that's how long the box said.
I like my pasta al dente, not fully cooked.
I think if you throw a noodle against the wall and it sticks, that's al dente.
Throw it at the wall!
My noodle hit the wall and it bounced off, so I gotta give this another minute and then we're gonna try it again. And I'll keep on throwing noodles all day until it's right.
I'm gonna take it out. I don't like to get it soft.
Maybe I got lied to by Big Noodle.
But before I do the straining, I'm gonna take a couple cups of pasta water and save it. It's basically starchy water, and it'll help make a beautiful, viscous sauce.
Once I got my pasta going, this is where you're gonna make the sauce. The sauce is very simple.
The base of carbonara is eggs, 4 whole eggs.
I'm using 3 egg yolks and 1 whole egg.
I'm gonna use 4 egg yolks. I have these heirloom eggs, farm-raised, they're beautiful. Look at this color, it's dense, so that means it's gonna be rich of flavor. The reason why I'm only using egg yolks is because I think if you're using a whole egg, your pasta will be very eggy, which is fine, because you do whatever makes you happy.
1 whole egg, because there's more moisture in the egg white and it makes my sauce more viscous.
While doing this, make sure you also turn your pasta so it doesn't stick together without breaking it. Breaking the pasta is like breaking somebody's heart. You don't do that. Back to the egg yolks. We're gonna make like a little crema, a little bit of pepper.
At home, I do not measure. I eyeball everything. So I'm gonna add a little bit more
Pecorino
Romano than I would the Parmesan Reggiano.
This is gonna be somewhere between like a cream and a paste. And I'm just gonna add a lot of pepper. You gotta use your heart. You can't use a measuring cup because you might get it right.
Now I'm gonna add some of this pork fat. And I'm also gonna throw a little bit here.
My sauce is complete.
All right, so this is what I'm looking for. It's a little chunky, kind of looks like grits, but once the cheese starts melting, you get the pasta water in there, you get the bacon grease in there. This is gonna turn into a nice smooth sauce.
So I'm gonna take some of this pasta water and add it into my pan here. I'm also gonna add some of the water pasta into my egg yolks because I want to have a very creamy sauce without cooking it. Because we're gonna have a nice creamy pasta without adding cream. We do not add cream. We're not making Alfredo.
I feel good right now, and I'm just gonna put all of these things together in the pan.
So I am about to pour my egg mixture right into this cool pan. Cool, because I don't want my egg yolks to turn into scrambled eggs.
Low and slow, because I don't want this to be a spaghetti frittata, but now that I'm saying that out loud, I do. But that's not the mission.
I am gonna add in my bucatini pasta.
So I wanna make sure that pork fat mixing with the pasta so the pasta doesn't stick together.
And now look at the bacon. So basically, I'm just trying to get this sauce to kind of smooth out, melt the cheese. This is not science to me. This is just going with the flow, so.
Add some pasta water.
The reason why I use water because the water has a lot of starch, so it makes the sauce creamier.
That's how mama does it, but I don't know what it actually does.
Okay, now I'm going to add the egg, and you have to go fast. Look how creamy this looks.
So even though my pan is cooled, I've got some heat going on from my bucatini pasta. It's still nice and warm. That's what I'm using to kind of create this beautiful sauce.
And now I'm gonna add my beautiful guanciale croutons.
This just has the look that I want. It's not too thick, it's not too runny.
When you use bacon, it just gets lost. But in here, you can see it. You can see what you're eating. Add that texture of meat to my pasta.
Black pepper.
It absolutely looks creamy. I think it's beautiful. The carbonara sets super fast, so give me a plate. I'm ready to go.
Now plating is not my specialty.
You see, it's creamy without adding cream, without adding butter. You guanciale fat, that's your butter. Do not add cream, add egg yolks, that's your cream.
I'm gonna do a little twisty too.
It's a bowl of noodles, so I don't know how fancy you can plate this. For me, it's just slop it into a bowl.
Pretty.
Sprinkle a little bit more black pepper on there.
And now, the gift from God, guanciale.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cheese for the look.
Pecorino Romano.
Why not?
I love cheese, you know me. I'm gonna garnish it with a little bit more guanciale. We're gonna make a little nest. So the reason why I'm putting a beautiful egg yolk on top is because I want this pasta to look amazing and also add that flavor of egg.
This is my carbonara.
And this is my carbonara.
And this is my classic carbonara.
If I was at the Olive Garden and they put this in front of me, I'd be like, you nailed it. This is the way it looked on the menu.
It's steaming slightly, so I know it can't wait for me to take a bite.
And I'm going to keep marrying the egg yolk inside. And this is what I was telling you, have fun.
I'm ready, what do you say? Ready?
That's perfect. The sauce is creamy, the bacon is crispy, the noodles are soft. I mean, I did it.
Yum. The combination of the two cheeses, tangy, creamy.
Doesn't taste that eggy, even though I put an egg yolk on top, but that egg, it's another level.
I also have my red pepper flakes. Sorry out there, but I like it a little spicy. And then my fun bucatini on this creamy sauce. Hello.
That guanciale, when I was eating it with the pasta, it was just like, boom, wake up. Italians, thank you for this amazing pasta.
Wow.
Carbonara is a quick yet decadent dish. Let's see how each of our three chefs made theirs. Joe and Saul used dried spaghetti. Spaghetti is a hard, thin string of pasta. It's a small diameter solid tube, extruded through a die to maintain the round attribute. Lorenzo made bucatini, a noodle similar to spaghetti, but hollow and larger in diameter. Commercial dried pasta is made by mixing flour and water under vacuum. It's shaped and then dried in massive climate-controlled dryers, some as long as 320 feet. Joe used bacon, which comes from the belly of pork. Commercially, it's cured with nitrites and sometimes smoked. The sublime aroma from frying bacon or any cured pork product is from a combination of hydrocarbons and aldehydes, which when combined with nitrogen-containing compounds like pyridine and pyrazine, gives the bacon that notable and craving-inducing meaty aroma. Lorenzo used pancetta, also from the belly of pork, and cured similar to bacon, but lower in water content and may have some extra flavorings added. Saul used guanciale, made from pork jowls, similar to pancetta in processing, but much higher in fat and more tender. Eggs are the star of this dish, and because they're high in emulsifying compounds like fat, phospholipids, lecithin, and acetylcholine, they blend together the other ingredients like cheese, black pepper, and pork fat. All three chefs used the heat of the pasta and starchy pasta water to lightly cook the eggs, making a creamy sauce. Joe used whole eggs. Egg whites contain more water than the yolks and are mostly water-soluble proteins that coagulate at a lower temperature than the proteins in the fatty yolks. Lorenzo used mostly egg yolks, which are higher in fat and emulsifiers, intensifying the creaminess of his carbonara. Saul only used egg yolks, making his pasta super silky. Next time you find yourself with pasta, eggs, cured pork, and black pepper, we hope you'll take some of these tips from our three fabulous chefs.